Welcome to MC Report, episode number 17, the Philip Rivers episode. To all those that celebrate, because I'm a Chargers fan. Boo-hoo. Aaden did get a game, a singular game, so I'm still up 9. He's still a fraud. But if we do this 9 more weeks, I think you'll win. We tie. And then if we tie, I automatically win because I'm the host. So, yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, I was not cooking in college basketball. We cooked in NBA, but it was a pretty easy week, so not much to talk about there. We have one thing of NFL to talk about as of today, as of recording this Monday. David Montgomery just got traded. I was not expecting this, I'm not going to lie. There were rumors that he would be, traded, but I didn't really expect it. Or to Houston as well. Joe Mixon is now slated to be cut, reasonably so. But granted, I mean, you get nowhere to the retirement home. I think that with Woody Marks, this doesn't really make much sense to me. The Lions definitely lose this deal. I mean, Juice Scruggs, former Penn State Nittany Lion, is not really that bad, but he's also not that great. So he's just a guy. And then a 4th and a 7th. So definitely a win for the Texans. Not necessarily a loss for the Lions. It's just you got rid of Dave. Yeah, you got rid of Dave Montgomery. NBA, obviously both of us went 3-0. Basically went as planned. The Pacers suck. We beat them. That's about it. In the words of Charlie, that's about it. See ya. Next one, the Heat. We did really. I'm not that shocked because I think the Heat are honestly a very solid team. Not really a championship contender, but they're solid. But I mean, a dominant second quarter, 15-point second quarter. Aaden has something to say, so plug your ears, go get a drink. Anyway,
so we witnessed history this game. The most injury-prone player gets injured in a different way. Joel Embiid pulled he strained one of his muscles, celebrating.
that's my Joel Embiid.
Just when I thought we'd get a normal season of Joel Embiid, he does this. So now I think the Sixers.
That's my center.
The Sixers are definitely. I don't want to say they're in danger of losing their automatic bid, not having to go through the play-in. But whenever you put up. Whenever you play like this, you should be a play-in team. You got to score more than 98. I mean, you really lost this game in the second and fourth quarter, getting outscored by 10. Why is it green?
I don't know. I haven't changed it.
Wow. But yeah, you're getting outscored by 14 and 10. 24 of those points. Other than that, you won the game. Other than half the game, you won the game. Nice job. Kolstin, thoughts?
Now, granted, we didn't have Embiid, and obviously we haven't had Paul George for about a month and a half. But no matter what, you shouldn't have 34 minutes and shoot 2 of 10. That's just terrible. And 12 of 34 shooting is not great either. I'm sorry, Maxie. I know you had 33, but that's still pretty bad. Boston just outplayed us. We let Koideka, that's not his actual name, but yeah, he had like 27 and 17. Put on his best Jokic performance. So, if only the Sixers could get him. But we can trade him Embiid in a first. But we move on. Yeah. We move on to predictions. Wembanyama taking on Andre Drummond. I'm taking the Spurs. I don't think there's really much to talk about here. They're the Spurs. They're pretty good at basketball. And they're favored by 6.5, and we're in Philly. So this should be more. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I like us because but Wembanyama. So I think that's all I got.
Colston, they're gonna take us to the barn. I'm gonna change the color to no avail. San Antonio is gonna win this game. If we have Embiid, I truly think we could, and I think we would win this game if we had Embiid. So I think he makes a big difference rebounding. Andre Drummond. Unfortunate. Yeah, just Wemby's insane. I think he's got potential to be the GOAT if he can win some rings. Kolstin, so help me God. If we lose this game to the piss poor Jazz, I will watch the B movie. I will watch the B movie 5 times in one day if we lose to the Jazz. Is that a bet? No. Somewhat. Kolstin, that's honestly a steal if you want to go watch an ass beating. That's the nicest way to put it. Kolstin, I'm going to change your color to blue. Can I just circle the team for you? All right, Kolstin, thoughts?
You were talking about Hitler. Jawan Taylor for the Chiefs just got cut, so I feel like that's pretty important. Hitler has also been cut. So, yeah, if we... no, we got cut yesterday. But, yeah, I mean, if we lose this game... Yeah, if we lose this game. So, I mean, we already lost to the Pelicans, which I think the Pelicans are a better team, but...
Oh boy.
Yeah.
17 wins to 20.
Yeah, it's really not. Yeah, if we lose this game, that's pretty bad. The Atlanta Hawks, who are 3-0 against us, I just like us better. Okay, I don't think. Obviously, you got Jalen Johnson just leading in everything. I almost circled down right here, but you got the points and all that. But yeah, I guess. But I just like us better. For some reason, the Hawks are not great at home. I mean, they're the definition of mediocrity, 31-31. But I mean, I don't know. I just think we should beat them. There's not really. I said this the past 3 times, and I've been wrong all 3 times. But also, this is our game. Yep, we win by 50. This is our game. Whose house? Sixers' house. That's a Rams and a Chiefs reference. Salas and Dino will be proud. But who you got? The Hawks. And the Sixers.
Nearly got the team name right there, Kolstin. One thing that you'll learn about me is I am a firm believer in this Atlanta Hawks team. I think I picked them every time to beat the Sixers. Well, I picked them the other 2 times. I really like this Atlanta team. I think Jalen Johnson could be a very bright superstar in the league. I think he could command the East. Yeah, you could. I mean, 22, 10, and 8. That's superstar material, dare I say. I really like Atlanta. For the first time, we're going to disagree, Kolstin. Let's see what else we have on the agenda. We're going to have Philadelphia and Cleveland, and it's another ass beating.
Yeah, that's
If we play against this team, we could get swept. We might take 1 game. I don't want to play them. As you can see, they lead the series 3-0, winning game 1 by 10, winning game 2 by 25, and winning game 3 by 2. So we're on the up and up, but Donovan Mitchell is slated to be out this game. Well, then ESPN's a liar. They're a corrupt company. I'm just kidding. I want to work for you guys one day. I think you guys are great. What? No, NBC. But yeah, give me Cleveland. Cleveland! This is for you!
I'd like to remind you, as I pick the Cleveland Cavaliers, the last 3 times we played Cleveland, they did not have James Harden. They have James Harden. Yeah, this is...
Wait, Donovan Mitchell's not even on the...
Say it to the mic. Say it to the mic, please. Aaden, in his own words, we're going to make sure that the world gets to hear this. Donovan Mitchell isn't even on the Cavs. Not Donovan Mitchell. It was Darius Garland. Yeah, he's still in the Cavs. Anyway, next slide, because Aaden is just an interesting person. I really thought, I picked the Capitals, but I really thought the Flyers would put up more of a fight, but they just didn't look like they wanted to try. They just kind of were there for the vibes. Yeah, they were there for the vibes. That's about it. Yeah, they wanted to, they did some cardio. They scored once, and then they decided to let up a goal in the next 60 seconds. So, Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. Now the Penguins, they're pretty goated. They're like one of the best teams of all time. But all jokes aside, this was very scary through 2 periods because the Devils scored with like I think it was legitimately like 50 seconds left in the second period, and I was like, oh boy, here comes the Penguins choke job, and then we scored 3 in the third period, so that was quite nice. I'd like to say, as we continue on, I'm very impressed without Crosby, how we're playing. You're going to see we beat Vegas 5-0. I'm pretty sure I picked against us. So, that's pretty cool. I don't know why you picked the Rangers. They're just not good. Yeah. But the Flyers, yeah. Yeah, they're not. They're just the Flyers. I think it's reasonable. That's a reasonable explanation. They're just the Flyers. A pea that flies. Flyers. Man, we're making such great jokes today. But I just think this Rangers team, by the way, not terrible. Obviously 29-7 isn't great. But they're last in the Metropolitan. That's kind of shocking to me. The Metropolitan is stacked though, so somewhat understandable. But yeah, we got 2 from I think it's Michkov. I forget how you say that. He played great. 2 shots, 2 goals. But, I mean, like, they don't get that kind of game every night. And then the Rangers, I was hating on them, picked against them, and then they beat us in a shootout. We did the Penguins thing. We were up 2-0, and we lost. So, yeah, I mean, we have the second most losses past OT and shootout. The first being, I want to say it's Vegas, actually. So, yeah, we're just... Yeah, they're just not great. Boston is also super inconsistent. They're not really a bad team. It's just if they lose in absolutely horrible fashion. This kind of because the Flyers went up 2-0, then they scored and then they let up an empty net goal. But it just seemed like the entire game the Bruins just didn't want to be there, which is kind of how it's felt like this entire week. But yeah, I mean like coming off a break, there's just some teams that just are not doing great, and that's Boston is one of them. Yes, I was right. Vegas has more. Just domination, utter domination. I don't think Vegas had one shot on goal that was like even close. Like there was just like, they shot, but they shot, they hit the goal, like they hit like the goalie, but it wasn't like anywhere close. They just didn't even look like a hockey team. They just kind of looked like they were college. But yeah, I've never seen such a complete game from the Penguins this season. They were very, very solid, and obviously we both picked against them. So, good for them. The Flyers and the Maple Leafs at 7:30 tonight on ESPN Plus. Pay now. But the Maple Leafs, this is key. 3-game losing streak. Now, I'm not a firm believer in losing streaks. I think they're kind of bogus. But I am going to take the Flyers anyway. I was going to take them either way. But Austin Matthews is still very good. This is still a very solid team. I just would rather take the Flyers based off of that losing streak. And especially since, those 3 losses are not from, like, break to the new set of games. It was the new set of games. They've lost 3 straight. So, they have not won since pre-break. So they're just not. I mean, they're also from Canada, and nobody likes Canada. So, yeah, Canada, you suck. Jack Hughes is the GOAT. Anyway, I've already mentioned that, but I want to mention it again. But between the Flyers and the Maple Leafs, 7:30 prime time in Toronto. Who you got?
Now. 7th. Yep. I just wanted to show that I have a red marker, and I'm changing it to blue. I'm going to disagree with Kolstin here. Philly is not great on the road. Toronto isn't great at home. I just... No, 16-16 in Philadelphia. I think going to Canada, if this game was in Philly, I'd probably pick the Flyers. But I think Toronto... Like you said, you don't believe in losing streaks. Eventually, they're going to bounce back against a weak Philadelphia team, who I believe 7th in the Metro, as things sit. Well, we go to our next game. It's going to be the first Penguins game. And it's at the Bruins, and I'm going to pick against the Penguins here. I just don't like this matchup without Crosby. Swayman's been playing elite. He will be in. I assume it's going to be Skinner for the Penguins. But it's going to be very interesting to see. The defense here for Boston is so good. They held Pittsburgh to no goals and I think it was 18 shots on goal. An insanely low amount. Big stakes here for Pittsburgh because they are at the top of a big pack in the Metropolitan. And I just don't – I think they're going to – I don't want to say they're going to fall off. But they've been too hot. I think they need to cool – they need – simmer down. Kolstin, what do you got? Bruins, Penguins.
I think this is going to be a main game of who controls the tempo. I'm really going to be spoiling my pick here as I change the color to yellow. But I'm still going to take the Bruins. I think that maybe I should have made it a darker yellow. But I think that the Bruins, I don't know. I mean, just they won 1-0. That's very rare. I feel like most teams, if they have a low score. Yeah. But hopefully I can finish my sentence. I think most low-scoring games are 2-1. You could argue 3-2 now is low-scoring, but I don't think so. But 1-0, I mean, you never see that. And I'm pretty sure that was a third-period goal. So a defensive battle, the Bruins controlled the tempo. I think they're going to do that again. Now, granted, we do play in 5 days again. So, that's going to be, I think, next week. The Mammoth head to Philly. They beat them in Utah in OT earlier this year, 4-5. I think the Flyers get their revenge. I don't think this Mammoth team's that great, if I had to be honest. I don't think they're terrible, but they're not Philly. So I think Philly has just a little bit more talent. I think Clayton Keller, no relation to Zach Keller, my goat. But I just think that, I don't know. I just don't think it's Clayton Keller. I don't even think Dylan's that good. I think it's Clayton Keller and everybody else versus, Travis and Cade York and the rest of the gang. Yeah. Also, they're heading into Philly, which is, they might get shot up. So that's very possible. Yeah, in Fortnite, of course. But between the Mammoth and the Flyers, who you got?
Kolstin was backing away like I had some deadly disease. I don't do this a whole lot, but I'm going to pick the Flyers. I really like them because I think they're going to lose in Toronto. I think I'm going to expect them to get a good bounce back. They lost in overtime just over a month ago. I just really like this Flyers team. Zegras is not on here, but he's a hell of a player. I just don't like the star power that the Mammoth don't have. Even though, don't get it twisted, incredible season from them. We go to a big game here between.
Hey, Aaden, we're still live.
Sorry, I was sorry about that, folks. March 5th, ESPN Live. Come out, watch the game. It's going to come down to goalie play. Two incredible goalies up in Buffalo. He's not real. Let's forget about him. Now, if he starts, Pittsburgh all the way. But I don't think he's going to start. Ooh. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh at home. It's just a pure fact that they. Actually, I lied. If Pittsburgh loses to Boston, they're going to lose to Buffalo. Last minute switch. Kolstin, what do you got?
I am going to this game. I think I told Aaden this, but I am. Yeah, you did. I am going to this game, 7:00 on ESPN. Maybe look out for me. But
no, nobody wants to see your
I was expecting you to pick the Penguins. But I know I probably shouldn't be saying this because maybe I won't even go to the game. But I'm going to take Buffalo. I think that both games, by the way, the Penguins have dominated. But as you said, they're going to play the Bruins. They've been playing a tough schedule. It doesn't really get any easier. Yeah, I think both games. This game 5-2, they got 2 empty netters. This one they got 1. So you take that away. Both games are a 3-2 win. I think Buffalo has a bit more to play for than Pittsburgh. Obviously, Pittsburgh has a tougher schedule, but I think Buffalo wants their revenge. Tage Tom. I just can't say words, but you know who I'm talking about. He's right there. He's very good. He may be the best person besides Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust if Rust is on. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Sabres. We're actually gonna agree, shockingly. Oh boy, March 7th, 5:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Not ESPN. Get your subscription today. And we got a great one in the Battle of PA. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I have a feeling we're going to pick the same team. I will take Pittsburgh. I think that the Flyers are just mediocre. I don't know. I feel like they've been trending more down. And even without Crosby, I think this Penguins team can keep up with them. But I just still like the Penguins too without Crosby. Now, if they have Crosby, get out of here, Philly. But I like both these teams. Very rare, especially in PA. I mean, Aaden despises the Flyers. So... But I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins to win the PA series because I believe this is the last time they play between the dreaded Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Who do you got on March 7th, 5:30 p.m. at PPG Paints Arena? Yeah, I figured that was coming.
We own you, Philly. We own you. Yeah, little brother in the state when it comes to ice hockey. Yeah, ooh, you might be better in baseball. I love baseball. It sucks that the Pirates stink.
Hey, you're 8-2 in spring training.
9-2
today.
I'm going to pull up the score. And if we lost, I'm blaming you. Coming off of a bounce-back win, I think Pittsburgh's going to take this one. Kind of a grudge game. Hey, we did win. Kolstin, what do you got? Penguins or the Bruins?
I probably should take the mic. I think that'd be helpful. I kind of agree with you, but for a different reason. I think Boston's going to be exhausted because they have a tough week. I was somewhat looking. They're also just terrible away. They're the exact opposite of the Rangers, so I also will take Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh needs it, especially they're going to come off, in my prediction, a loss to Boston. I just think that's going to be another game they want to get back. And I feel like they've been very good at get-back games this season. This one, 4:30 on TNT. No subscription needed. This is going to be a good one at PPG Paints Arena. Oh, this is going to be a good one as well on ESPN Plus. Pirate the game. And we got the Rangers and the Flyers. We got the Rangers and the Flyers. All these games, besides the second one, have been close ones. I'm once again going to take the home team. I don't know why I'm always taking them. I'm going to take the Flyers. I've been hating on the Rangers because they're like my least favorite NHL team, besides maybe the Capitals and the Devils because of Ava. But I just think that the Rangers are just eh. They're just eh. They're 20. They're actually not even eh. They're 23-36. But they lead both Philly and Pittsburgh in the series. I don't know how that happened, but this the last game, the get-back game for Philadelphia to tie the series at 2. Who do you got? Philadelphia and New York.
Get him off the mic. The Rangers lead the series 2-1, like Kolstin said. These guys just played the other day. Flyers coming off with an overtime win. I'm going to be honest, Kolstin. I can't pick against the Flyers here. I picked against them once in this match. I think I picked them every single time, the Rangers. And I don't know. Yeah, this is for Kolstin in post-editing. If he complains, I erase it too early. Oh, college basketball. UNC with a big win. Let's see. Houston, I don't want to talk anymore. Kolstin, you talk.
Yeah, I'm more of the college basketball guy, but
I'm filling out the ASUN tournament.
I'm more of a college basketball guy. Seth Trimble owns Louisville. Like he took his nutsack and dragged it across the court. Pause. And he scored 30, and he only had 7 free throws. Which I mean, free throws, but yeah, but like he's pretty good at basketball. Now I did pick Louisville because I thought Caleb Wilson. I thought it was just gonna be Caleb Wilson, but Caleb Wilson didn't really do much. This was a close, contested game throughout, but North Carolina, by the skin of their teeth, got the win. The ACC is just super unpredictable. You'll see, but another one for North Carolina. Houston's frauds. I said it. I said it last time. I'm gonna say it again. Their defense was just. It was okay. It was okay.
Good. Kansas to 70.
Kansas is not that good.
To 70.
If Houston's defense does not play more than good, their offense never shows up. But they just can't win a big game. Like, it's just not possible. I think all 5 of their losses are primetime. So, they're all.
I would rather be losing to the teams that we.
Yeah, I think. I said this once, and I will say it again. These 2 teams will not make it to the Final Four. There's a 90% chance neither of them make it to the Elite Eight. I don't think that's crazy at all. Kansas for sure is not making it to the Elite Eight. That's just like 0% chance. Houston has to play some cupcakes if they want to make it to the Elite Eight because they play terrible on primetime. They actually play terrible. I'm a D1 Houston hater. I don't know why, but
I'm a hater of Boise.
but I just think Houston didn't show up to work, and they suck. Yeah, that's about it. I wasn't expecting to have St. Louis appear on here. I'm just letting them on. I'm just letting them on here to let them know you got smacked against the Dayton Flyers. They ripped off Philadelphia, and they beat you. All right, next slide. If I could hit the next slide. We both got this wrong. I thought Aaden would do more than 5 for 14 shooting. He did not. And also, Jacoby, no relation to Kobe Bryant, is not good because he shot 8 for 21. If those 2 just hit, like... Yeah. But if they... yeah, you can't shoot 3 from 12 from 3 and win. That just doesn't correlate. And also, Tennessee has slowly been trying to get more into that 3 type of play, and they just can't. They're not good at it. Missouri, at home, getting a key win against an SEC opponent. I'd like to say Arizona maybe is the best team to be down at 7 at halftime and come back. I don't know how they do it. They've done it like 30 times this year. Not 30, actually, but they've done it at least a solid 10 times, I'd say. But they were down 7 at halftime against Baylor. Baylor was looking real good, and then they got absolutely squashed like a bug in the second half. They're also very consistent with their players. Like, obviously, we got Jaden Bradley with 25. But, 12, 10, and 8. Obviously, Braden, I think it's like Berries or Burries. He buries shots. He's very good. But, yeah, Arizona, this is, besides maybe Michigan, they're pretty good. So, BYU is not very good. A.J. DeMonts is really good. Nobody else is. You just can't have one man try and do everything because we saw, at halftime, it was 52-28 UCF, and they were in BYU. Yeah, it's not great. BYU just got outplayed. They're now unranked, so they may not even make March Madness. I think they should make March Madness, but there's question marks. So, yeah, UCF came in and just absolutely obliterated them. St. John's. Yeah, frauds. They're not good at all. They did not make a bucket in the final 12 minutes of the game. Yeah, and Aaden picked St. John's. No, did they now? Didn't they now? They didn't beat them that night. UConn, this is what Houston should play like. And they don't. Yeah, and they don't. So, yeah, they're just not good. Now, granted, I'm not saying UConn makes it to the Final Four because they're not. But, yeah, I mean, good win. I mean, St. John's ain't that bad, but, I don't know. That's a good question. We're probably going to talk about that. Vandy needing a much-needed win, especially at home against a Georgia team that, is trying to make March Madness because they're actually on the outside looking in as we speak. And they beat them. A solid win, 88-80. Once again, Vandy is another team where they are very distributive. All four of the players right here, despite some of them shooting 2 for 10, all had at least 10 points. I believe Tyler Tanner, I believe that's his name, he had also 10+. So they're very, solid distributing. But the problem is that they're, 25th in the nation. So that's not helping your case. But a good win at home. Same with Arkansas. I've never seen this. I just wanted to comment on this. Quick math. What is that? Carry the no. I mean the total. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of. Yeah. But I've never seen a 62 in one half. Now, granted, both these defenses are Swiss cheese, but yeah. I mean, Arkansas just another solid win. A&M also on the outside looking in, and yeah, I don't like their odds because they don't have much easy opponents. Michigan State, a very solid win against Purdue. I don't know why I picked Purdue. But once again, another fraud in the top 10. Michigan State, I do think has what it takes to win it all. The problem is that I still think if a Michigan comes to town, if it's like Duke maybe, although I'm not big on Duke, but they definitely could win it all. Maybe even a Houston. I don't like Houston, but I think if I just think that if Michigan State finds that really, really tough team, they may have some troubles. I mean, they had trouble against Purdue, and they're not great. Now, granted, I just wanted to show this. Michigan State won by 2, and Purdue shot, 3% less? Obviously, they shot, in my opinion, I would say Purdue shot better because they had 12 3-pointers to 6 for Michigan State, and Michigan State won. I tried to fit the free throws on here. It was about equal. So the rebounding for Michigan State must have been really good. I was not here. I did not watch this game. So I watched the highlights. I forget. I was somewhere. But yeah, Michigan State, a solid win, especially heading into Purdue. The Miami of Ohio finally get their first appearance just so I can trash on them. They are not good. They are undefeated, playing nobodies and surviving against Western Michigan. There's a reason why they're not in right now. They are, I believe, either the 13 or like the last seed, and you need to win to get in. They are not great. Now, granted, you can look that up. They might actually, have a, bracket spot now because the rankings have changed. But when I looked, they were not in at undefeated, and it's because they're not good. They're playing the MAC. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. They played a D2 school. I forget who it is. That Northwestern, I think Tulane. They won. Let me rephrase. Miami of Ohio won by, I believe, 8 against that D2 team. Northwestern and Tulane won by 30+. This is not a good team. I'm sorry. It's just not. They can beat the MAC all they want. They're going to get into the March Madness and get absolutely smacked around. I love a good Cinderella story. This is not it. I'm sorry. Next slide. I'm getting irritated. Michigan is it's Arizona and Michigan. That's my top 2 right now because Illinois is a very solid team. Now, granted, you could say Duke is also there. I just think Arizona and Michigan are my top 2. Michigan, 27-2. Their 2 losses against Wisconsin and Duke, yes, 2 very solid teams. Obviously, Duke is obviously better, but especially going into Illinois and controlling the tempo, the pace, and winning, I just think is impressive. I just think they're a very solid team. They won by 14, so going into Illinois doing that, very impressive. UConn surviving Seton Hall, who's also looking for a way to get into March Madness. This is a game UConn just kind of couldn't really put them away until the final few seconds. I mean, they had 10.9 left when they got the game-clinching stop, and that's when it was, I believe, a 2 or maybe 3-point game. So This is why UConn's not that impressive to me. They're playing, not bad teams. 19-10 isn't bad by any means, but also they're not really elite teams by any means. They're not really. This is the Notre Dame of college basketball. Yeah, like Notre Dame in football, they play just absolutely nobodies. I mean, UConn isn't playing nobodies. Like St. John's isn't a nobody, but Seton Hall and barely surviving is not, that impressive. I don't know why I just did that, but we move on to Saturday. Yeah, I seriously thought Virginia had a chance. Yeah, Cam Boozer didn't even do that much. I mean, he lived on the free throw line, which I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the game. But considering what I see, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was in the building. So, yeah, I mean, both halves just Duke dominated. I mean, they outscored him by 15 and 11. That equals 26. But Saquon Barkley. Yeah, Duke is a very good basketball team. I'm really saying wise words here. The number one team in the nation is very good. Shocking. Louisville is just falling off the pit. They cannot win against a team they need to beat. Clemson, these two teams right now are battling for one of the last ACC spots. And, Louisville's not winning. They got Mikael Brown, who I think should go to the NBA. He's very solid. But, I mean, besides him, yeah, they've been rough. They have not been playing consistent. And obviously, you're going to see, I believe they have SMU, which is another solid team with a bit of injury concern. But Clemson getting another win. You could argue Clemson should be the ranked one rather than Louisville. So, very solid game. Kentucky is so back. They're unbelievably back. This is Florida when they started to get hot. Now, Vandy is not a bad team. Let's get that straight. They're not an elite team by any means. But they should not be losing by 14. Like at all. Kentucky went up by 15 at half, and then they just cruised. They just equaled what they got, besides one. But just a good win for Kentucky, especially at home. They have a big one against Florida, which we will talk about. So that's obviously Kentucky and Florida, a rivalry matchup in Kentucky. Oh, baby. But USC up 5 at halftime against Nebraska. They did not prevail. So, they're just not good. They're not even slated to make March Madness, which is not really shocking to me, honestly. But, yeah, they're just not that good. I mean, Boise State almost beat them, so that's how you know. We should have beat them, actually. They got like a bunch of – I remember that game. That was That was not a good game. So, but, good win for Nebraska. They're 12th in the nation. They're 25-4. That's interesting by the committee. This is why I say Kansas is not elite, because Darren Peterson, when he has an off night, just like not even close. Arizona, once again, another game where at least four of the guys had at least 10. They're just well-rounded. They're a championship caliber team. They can win and lose, honestly, at will. I feel like one of their two losses against Texas Tech, they had 3 of their guys out, and they only lost by 3. So, just the most aggressive sneeze of all time. But Arizona just dominated. Kansas is not a contender. I'm sorry. They just aren't. Unless Darren Peterson goes for 50, 25, and 12. So, I like Arizona. Iowa State. This is without J.D. Toppin, who's one of the best players in the country. Tore his ACL. So he's out for the year. And Tech, the first game without him, beats number 4 Iowa State in Iowa State. I don't think Tech wins it all. I don't even think they make it to the Elite 8. And if they do, that means they played probably cupcakes. But Houston, sadly. But Iowa State, just what are we doing? Shot 39%, hit 1 of 3 of every 3, and Texas Tech shot 58%. I don't think I've ever seen that high of a percentage unless I'm playing 2K. So, I just think Texas Tech came in to prove a point, and they proved it. Iowa State tried to make a late comeback, but, they were down by so much. They were down by 16 at halftime. You just can't come back. Texas Tech ain't that bad. So, The Big 12 also with the not the SEC, really with the SEC too. The ACC and the Big 12, just top tier basketball right now. They dominating right now. BYU is not dominating like at all. Now West Virginia is not good, and they will not be making the tournament. And BYU, I mean, they're gonna make the tournament, but they're gonna get smacked. It's DeBonsta and friends. That's what's going on over there. And obviously 20 points, not even shooting 50%. He wasn't even really that bad. But, when he is 20 points and your highest scorer, now obviously 20 is a good bit. But nobody else got over 10 for BYU. They were very distributive. And their defense just nowhere to be found. And losing by 14 at the half in West Virginia, not a recipe for success. And BYU is falling. I mean, they're unranked. So... I picked Tennessee in this game, and looking back, I don't know why I did. Bama just came in to Tennessee, and Tennessee was up, I believe, by 12 at one point. They were up. They were up 12 at halftime. See, I know my math, but Bama they came back and won. That's all I gotta say. It was. I said this last episode. It was speed, versatility, and a little bit of sharpshooting versus defense, physicality, and, nitty-gritty smash-mouth football. But Tennessee just wasn't able to get it done. They had a great lead against a rival, and this feels like it happens every time unless your name's Vandy. They just couldn't get it done. They put a center on a shooting guard with, I think it was 30 seconds left in the game, and Bama got the game-winning shot off that. So that's Tennessee's fault. So I'm not that mad. See, St. John's, they can lose by 30 to UConn, and then they can beat Villanova by they can beat Villanova by a yeah, they beat Villanova by 32. So we had a double from Zuby. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that last name, but Zuby. But yeah, just a complete game from St. John's, and they got the win. Yeah, not much to say. Holy crap. This was a massacre. This was, actually bad. This was, I believe, I might be wrong. This may be a different Florida game, but I know it was a Florida game. They were up 20-0. 20-0. That is, I've never seen that. This is, Florida is so back. It's actually ridiculous. Florida could honestly go back-to-back, and I really don't want that. But yeah, they're just winning. They're winning at the right time, and Arkansas is not that bad of a team. I don't think they're an Aaden contender, but I mean they beat them by 44. They scored 111. That's Rev, do something. But, yeah, you run into Florida, Houston would be a massacre. So, Gonzaga is also a fraud. I don't think this was a shock to anyone. The spread was 1.5 on St. Mary to win. I don't know why I picked Gonzaga. That was stupid of me. But St. Mary, Boise State beat St. Mary, and St. Mary beat Gonzaga. So that means Boise's better than Gonzaga. Yeah, really. But yeah, they just didn't come. I mean, Gonzaga was winning at halftime, and they were up 7, and then they didn't want to play in the second half. So, yep, they did the Gonzaga thing. That's all I got to say. Purdue did the Purdue thing, in which they have to lose to a mediocre team and then go to March Madness and lose in the first round. So, we're hitting the schedule here. We're getting to that time of year. Purdue. Yeah, Purdue is doing the Purdue thing. That's all I got. They're doing the Purdue thing. They're doing their thing. They're gonna go deep in the Big Ten tournament, and they're gonna lose in the first round of March Madness to Oakland. So yeah, good job, Purdue. Indiana, I thought they would stand a chance. They did not stand a chance. Michigan State just came in with a plan and executed. So good for them. We do not get to predictions. I forgot about my Boise State Broncos being goated. Obviously not actually goated, but yeah. Boise State a solid win. We need to keep winning if we want to make the Mountain West tournament. So, yeah, that's interesting. But I think as of right now, we could beat everyone in the conference, to be honest, besides Utah State, because Utah State is just that's some bad men right there. But just a good win, especially at home against Wyoming. I went to this game. The first Penn State game I went to, we won. I'm just saying, it might be an omen. The first Penn State game I went to, they won. So I'm going to go to every game from now on. No, I'm not. But Josh Reed, I cannot slander Josh Reed because he was very, very good. Now, his rebounding still sucked, but everything else was pretty solid. A 2-point win against an Iowa team that's looking to get into March Madness. As of right now, they are still in. So we'll see what they think about it. Yeah, but Penn State, a good win. They play Rutgers. They also play dreaded Ohio State. So, that'll be. Yeah, Fresno is not that good. They're just not. Yeah, there's not much to say about this one. We just own them. So, we finally get to predicting. I don't think this will be a thriller. I think Arizona runs away with it, especially what I saw from I don't know why it's yellow. Especially from what especially from what I saw from the the Texas Tech game. Arizona is much better than Texas Tech. And although, they're number 6 in the nation. This is updated, by the way. They used to be number 4, now they're number 6. But there's a reason why the spread is 7.5. I think there's a clear difference in talent in this game, and I think Arizona can easily run away with it if they really want to. But can he bury away Iowa State?
Didn't realize that you were. I'm gonna agree with Kolstin here. Arizona's very good at basketball. Only have 2 losses, which are Texas Tech and somebody else, but
It's in the Big 12.
it's in the Big 12. They are 14-2. They probably lost to Houston. No, they didn't. Let's forget that ever happened. Roll Tide. This team's hot. Roll damn Tide. Colston, who do you got? You have Georgia. You lose.
Yeah, right, buddy. Before I give my take on this game, I would like to say, oh no, this might be game of the year potential. Honestly, I looked back because this is a rivalry game. Every single time that Georgia and Bama have played since I believe it's like 2017. I believe this is the data could also just be lying to me. It was a 2-point win or less for these two. With that being said, give me the Tide. I think Georgia has to play physical, very physical, and they don't really have that. I think that Bama is just going to go out there, and I mean, they honestly just could dominate. I mean, we've said this many a time because Bama has been on the up and up in terms of basketball, even though they don't seem to show it. But they're 12-4 in conference play. They're already number 2 in the SEC behind Florida because it's Florida. So I think they can easily win this one, but I still think Georgia will put up a fight because it's Georgia. This is a sneaky, underrated game between Clemson and North Carolina, but I am going to take the Tar Heels at home. They're also getting somewhat hot, not like, burning hot like Bama, but Caleb Wilson almost averaging a double-double, and he doesn't have a terrible supporting cast around him. He doesn't have a bad supporting cast, but not an elite one. And Clemson is just well-rounded. Now, they're not like Arizona, in which case everybody that's well-rounded is really freaking good. They're just well-rounded. They're just a solid team. There's nothing really elite about them. There's nothing really bad about them. They're just one of the basketball teams of all time. So, I'm going to take North Carolina. I'm going to be honest. I'd kind of be shocked if you had something different. I think Clemson can win this game, but I just don't see it, especially in North Carolina. But between the Tar Heels and the Tigers, who do you got?
Ladies, we are back on the MC report. 2 people asked for our dental coverage. Kolstin didn't have any. I'm going to shock you, Kolstin. I'm picking Clemson. Clemson's going to need a big win if they want to propel themselves deep into the I could argue that if they don't win this game, they're done in March Madness. They have no shot of getting in the tournament. I think they're on the cusps. I don't like your attitude. Go to the corner. I think Clemson could very likely win this game. I think UNC.
New York Rangers game all over again.
I hope that this is the game I'm rooting for the most now. This is the game that I will be.
Tomorrow, 7 o'clock on ESPN.
Live coverage.
No ESPN Plus needed.
No subscription.
No subscription needed.
Or pirate.
You can still pirate it though if you really want to.
No. Don't overthink it. Give me the Cornhuskers.
You're just giving me the mic. I'd like to remind you that tickets are as low as $67. Anyway, I should probably, yeah, I bet the mic picked up on that. I should probably pick the game, though. UCLA, their last home game, they beat Illinois. I think this is very reasonable. They could win this game. The predictor seems to think so. I do not think so. Yeah, it was just a one-off game. I mean, I think I almost said USCA. I think UCLA can still definitely win this game because, they're still a very talented team. But they're not going to make March Madness. Well, they need to win this game if they want to make March Madness. But, yeah, that's crazy to me. I think it's because UCLA is West Coast. But, yeah. Yeah, I think so. But give me Nebraska, Texas, and Arkansas. Oh, Arkansas. I got the hiccups. I'm gonna do this quick so you don't have to hear my hiccups. I'm gonna pick Arkansas. Yeah, I think I like Acuff more than Swain. No, Swain. I like Acuff more. Over to Aaden, Arkansas, Texas.
Kolstin, I'm going to agree with you on this one. Let's hope you go get some water or something, little guy. Yeah, Arkansas is very good. I think they can be a sneaky team in the SEC tournament. Arkansas, yeah. I'm a liar? Oh, I lie about my prediction. Okay. So we could just read through my effing D's.
This is a good one. 7 o'clock on the ACC network.
The ACC network that you'll need the Pirate. Give me the Hurricanes. The predictor doesn't agree with me. Well, it's a T, and I'm picking this team. I think M. I think M and E are gonna have to step up here in this game. Look out for M and E to step up in this game.
Look out for me. Look out for me.
Yeah, there's no I in T, but there's an M-E in that motherfucker. Kolstin, your hiccups are gone, but your picks are not. What do you have here?
Now, I'd like to remind you, I said this earlier. SMU does have injury. I might have broke the mic. SMU does have injury concerns, but yeah, that's why I'm taking Miami. I just think Miami right now is on a good streak. They're finally ranked for the first time this season. The right time too, because it's almost March Madness. I know, crazy. We're in March and it's almost March Madness, but it's almost like it's in the name. But I just like Miami right now. They're No, I like them. I like them. They're okay. Miami is number 3 in the ACC, which is kind of crazy because, you think of Duke, Virginia. That's about it. Yeah, Miami. That's about it. So, UNC. I guess, are they ACC? Yeah, they are. Michigan and Iowa. Now, I'm going to change my color. And you're not going to freak out when I do this because I'm taking Michigan. There's no reason to freak out. I think, honestly, this just seems like a game Michigan will lose. I don't know why.
So then why are you picking them?
I don't know. I think it's because they're number 3 in the nation. But I just... Ooh, maybe I should pick Iowa. I got a feeling. Ooh. But, yeah, I'm going to take Michigan. I'm going to be smart. I'm probably going to be wrong. Yeah, Michigan, Iowa, Big Ten matchup. Iowa's not in right now. They're coming off the loss to Penn State. So, yeah. Michigan and Iowa, who do you got? As he's fixing the mic.
fixing the camera. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Yeah, it's go blue. I'm not picking a team who lost to Penn State. I'm not picking Minneapolis. I'm not picking Iowa. None of them are getting picked for any games unless they're against the Nittany Lions. That's it. They lost to Penn State. It's a valid reason. Oh, get the wife, get the family. This is a nice game on ESPN. High noon. What is that posture, Kolstin? You look like a pretzel. I know where you live. Change my color now. Don't freak out. What is so funny? Give me Missouri. I like the home court advantage. I like average Joe Buck call.
Mitchell down to the 35-yard line.
25, but you know. Oh yeah, give me the Tigers. And I like Arkansas, and I'm picking against them because that's what I feel. Good words.
I think the best player on the court is Acuff, Darius Acuff Jr. I think the better team is Missouri. So
Nice circle.
that's it.
That was a lot better. Good boy.
But I like. Yep, definitely. I'm taking Missouri, but I think Missouri is a much better team. I think obviously Mitchell is leading in everything, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. I just like Missouri at home. This kind of feels like the game. I think it was Tennessee, Missouri, in which they won. I just get that feeling again. I don't know. I got a feeling. Ooh, tonight's gonna be a good night. So, Louisville and Miami. Ooh, Louisville and Miami. Ooh, baby, this is a good one. 2:00 on ESPN. You might need to pirate it if you don't have ESPN. Don't get ESPN Plus. Ooh, wait, this is actually a really good game. Who would you pick? Miami, Louisville. All right, I'm gonna pick Miami. I think Miami. I think Miami at home is better. Obviously, they're not favored because Louisville was supposed to have a higher ceiling than Miami. But Louisville is not a bad team. They just are obviously on the outside looking in terms of March Madness. I believe they're the first team out, or maybe Miami is. One of these two is. But
I don't think a ranked team's the first one out.
well, they could be if they're like Miami of Ohio. But yeah, we're lying. In the ACC, not a bottom feeder, but a mediocre feeder. They get the bird feed sometimes. And the Hurricanes, who you got? Well, that was a good fake out.
I got him on the fake out right there. Just like how Miami's going to hit a pump fake game-winning shot to win this game. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if that happens, you can run the show next week.
I'm running it forever if that happens. If I predict a game winner on the specific type of shot, I run the show forever. I'm the MC. Game ball. Love John Gruden.
We got a
Oh.
good one on tap.
Do you like basketball? This is a game you want to watch. 2:00 on a channel that nobody knows. We're watching this on MCTV. the Food City Center on a Saturday at 2:00. I'm going to go with the home team. Kolstin, oh, you freaking idiot. Yeah, I like Gipsy, Ament, and Gipsy again. Looks like an E with a top hat. Do you not see it? It looks like an E with like a pizza dough on his head. Kolstin, what do you got here in the Commodores versus Vols? And tears.
Good job finishing the word. I will be changing the color. Don't freak out when I do this. Don't freak out when I do. Yeah, I'm picking Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee. I think Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. I'm here all day. But I'm here all day. Probably. But I think Tennessee. I think they're honestly just a more talented team than Vandy. Disregard the record. They're also better than the SEC, so regard the record. But yep. But I just like Tennessee at home. That's about it. That's about all the cigarettes I got. But what am I saying, bro? I just we're gonna make this dark blue, which isn't really gonna change my pick. So between the Gatorville and the Wildcatville, I'm gonna pick Gatorville. I think that Kentucky could honestly win this game, but I don't think so. I'm picking the Gators. That's about it. That's about all I got. I think Florida is just a better Kentucky. Yeah, I was gonna say, but they're the number one team in the SEC for a reason. You could argue this is the number 3 team in the SEC. I think he's picking Florida. Anyway, over to Aaden.
Peekaboo. I just put the. I think Florida could get the last 1 seed with how they've been playing. Because you have the big 3, Duke, Arizona, Michigan. Who gets that 4? It could be Houston. It could be Iowa State. It could be Florida. Well, Kolstin laughed at the other 2, so I think we know who his other 1 seed is.
Oh, we got a good one on tap.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Wisconsin stinks.
For $220 in Mackey Arena, we're bringing a bit of energy to this one because this is going to be a quality game. When we wake up in the morning, we think, oh, it's a good game, Purdue and Wisconsin. I'm gonna, I don't know, but I'm gonna pick Purdue. Braden, this is not a good team. Neither of these 2 teams are good, or they're not bad. Neither of these teams are bad. Neither of these teams are great. I truly believe that. They're middle of the pack. They'll make it to the Sweet 16. Get shafted. Wisconsin will not make it to the Sweet 16. Purdue might make it to the. Purdue might lose in the first round. No, but yeah, I just think that Purdue is gonna win. Yeah, something like that. We got an age-old rivalry. One of the 2 losses for Duke was North. Yeah, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I was trying to hype it up. Yeah, Duke's gonna take it. I think that North Carolina, obviously beating Duke, there's gonna be a lot more to play for because if you get swept by North Carolina, you're never gonna hear the end of it. Just a little bit of a price to go to the game. Yeah, but Duke, their 2 losses to North Carolina and the other team. So, yeah, I don't know, somebody. Not the ACC. Anyway, no. They beat Houston, I think. But I think Duke right now is number 1. I'm making some really crazy statements here. Yeah, I'm just lying to you guys. I think this is the number 3 team right now. I think it goes Arizona, Michigan, and Duke. No, you're way out of it. Okay, who's number 1? Duke. You're just crazy. But I think right now North Carolina has a chance to win. Granted, I said this last time and they beat them. I think they have a chance to win. It'll be closer than whatever the spread is. But I'm going to take Duke because they're number 1 in the nation. Yeah, it's going to be like 2. It's definitely not. It's like 7.5 or 6. So between the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils in the ACC on ESPN, March 7th, 6:30 p.m. A rematch of a game winner against the number 1 Duke Blue Devils. Who do you got?
I don't know if you can tell by the shading of my color. I'm lying. I'm picking Duke. Duke's putting belt. I'm going to say it. At Cameron Indoor Stadium for $1,700, you can go watch this game up in the nosebleeds. You're gonna be sharing as low as $1,738. Let's get into the games nobody cares about. Oh, well. No, I don't know, Jim.
Without JD Toppin, by the way.
I still like Tech. I still like Tech. Colson? Who do you got?
Texas Tech without JD Toppin just beat Iowa State, a very talented team. They're not a bad team by any means. I'm not gonna hate, and I don't hate them at all. And BYU is gonna go in there and win. I truly think this. I think Texas Tech, they showed all their tricks. I think in that Iowa State game, they beat the better team. Now they're gonna lose to the other team. I think nobody's staying up to watch this unless you're a Texas Tech or BYU fan. Yeah, no, you're not. But no. But I think DeBonsta is gonna put up like 50. Not actually 50, but he's gonna put up close to it. He's at least putting up a double. You could say a triple double, but that's up for debate. But even though he's not even averaging like 5 assists, but I think BYU is a very solid team. Obviously being unranked, but they are still probably gonna make March Madness. And they're a very sleeper team because they can beat anybody and lose to anybody. Welcome to March Madness. So that should be a slogan. Lose to anybody, beat anybody. Iowa once again on here. They lost to Penn State. So no, it doesn't. So I think that Nebraska is going to win. Who you got? The Nebraska Cornhuskers at 5 o'clock at Fox are the Iowa Hawkeyes, who just lost to Penn State, as Aaden picks up his bracket. As Aaden puts down his bracket. As Aaden walks over to the thing, to the smart board. He's hitting a little jig. He's probably in frame. I have no clue.
I'm in frame. Yeah, give me the corn-born Oscars. Yep, that's it. On Fox, 5 o'clock.
Fire at the game.
It's on Fox.
Fire at the game.
As we go on to slide number 6, 7.
Oh, we got a good one for number 67.
You planned this, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You planned the best game of all time on the best number slide of all time. Go Blue. I picked Michigan State at Michigan State. They lost. Not this time. Kolstin, are you going to pick them as well? You definitely are.
Go Blue. Yeah, I'm picking Michigan. I think that Michigan State is a very solid team. They're number 8 in the nation. They're the first time in the top 10 since it's like week 3 or 4. So they're a very solid team. This one on CBS, not Fox. Usually it's Fox for like the Big Ten, but CBS. This is still gonna be a very good game because this is two rivals going at it, blood for bloodbath, and I think Michigan comes out on top. We finally get to the best team in the entirety of college basketball. They're gonna make March Madness and win it all as a shock. It's gonna be NC State, the '80s all over again. I'm taking Boise to beat San Diego State. We need to run the table if we want to even make it into the Mountain West thing. So, yeah, we should probably win. Especially at home. I don't think we can afford to lose to San Diego State, which is a solid team. But also, the last time we lost to them, they got about 30 fouls. Just like you get a foul and you get a foul. So, that was fun. But at 9 o'clock tomorrow, I will be putting my TV on to CBS, the sports network. And in between the San Diego State Aztecs, 19-9, 13-5 in the Mountain West, 3rd in the Mountain West, and the 18-11, 10-8 Boise State Broncos trying to run the table. He's going to pick San Diego because he's annoying. Who do you got?
No, it's not because I'm annoying. It's because I'm picking the better team, Kolstin. They have a better record. They are higher than the standings than you by a sizable margin. FYM. Yeah. I think the next slide is about Penn State, so you know what that means.
I don't think that's Penn State.
Colson, I'm going to have to see you after the show. I love Penn State. Don't get it twisted.
We only lost by 6 last time.
22% is generous.
We only lost by 6 last time.
Kolstin, shut the hell up and just pick Ohio State.
We only lost by 6.
6 or 7?
We're gonna lose by 60. They just beat Purdue. Yeah.
I don't know, but it's at the BJC for $9.
Yeah. If I go to this game and they win, like if we win, I'm the good luck charm, but I'm not going to the game, so we're gonna lose. As I said, we need to run the table and call it. I mean, you can literally see it. 1 game difference, same conference. I think we're gonna get the sweep. I'm not confident in this Colorado State team because they have no rebounding. I mean, neither really do we. But I think they do everything we do, just a little bit worse. And they've been winning against, like, you're playing the San Jose Shark. But, yeah, I think that we can. Yeah. But I think that we can, on the Mountain West Network, 4 o'clock, March 7th. Yeah, I'm not going to gas up this game. I'm going to take Boise. The last one before your beautiful darts.
I'm so glad you called him beautiful.
Your beautiful darts. Who do you got between Boise State and Colorado State?
It's going to be tough to do this with one hand, so I'll just set these aside.
So you're going to do it with 2 hands?
Yes, that's why I said it would be tough with one. Pause. Colorado State. And Kolstin's marker rolling off the table is how Boise State's season is going to end. If they lose, I'll say this. I don't think they split. They win the first game against San Diego State. Good for them. They're going to sweep. I don't think they are, and I don't think they're going to win this one either. By the way, Kolstin didn't include this. It's officially week 1 of the bracket season for the conference tournament. We have the ASU bracket. We have the Big South. We got everything. Fill out your brackets. It's going to be a great time. Everybody loves some mid-conference conference championship week.
Yeah, I can't wait for Bucknell versus Army, bro.
Bucknell versus Army. We have our first game tonight between Cleveland State and what bracket?
The other one.
And the other one. I picked go Cleveland State. I picked them. Could you imagine if he walks in and sees this? But now, what everybody's truly been waiting for, where everything now, take in mind, this has been a change since week 2. It's been 2 whole weeks. We haven't got an update, so this is going to look a little different.
That's not even dark. We got Penn State and Rutgers. Who you got, Aaden?
I'm picking Penn State. Who are you picking? You're not coming back up here. I already did my dart segue.
Switch the color to blue. Give me the Penn State Nittany Lions by 30. Yeah, that's not blue. Yeah! Penn State by 30. Yeah! We're going to lose by 20.
No, we aren't. But now,
Hopefully. I don't think there's another one.
okay.
We're very professional.
Yes, because Kolstin lied straight to my face. Now, things have changed in the Premier League. We're heading into night 5 this Thursday.
12 o'clock March 8th. Penn State and Rutgers. 3-15 in the Big Ten. 5-13 in the Big Ten. In Scarlet Arena. Beautiful. All right, to darts.
Now, to what actually everybody's been waiting for. These two, no 6-7 jokes. These two being down here is stunning, especially Littler. He's been great at everything except the Premier League. Garwin Price, I mean, as we see, 4 nights, 4 different nightly winners. Gian Van Veen has made the final in 3 of them, has yet to be able to. He's just the best at losing finals. He's like.
Atlanta, is that you?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not really choking. But, as things sits, Clayton, Johnny boy, at 11, 9, 8, 7. Gap to Bunting. Bunting won his first match. Able to get his first points of the year. Josh Rock. Yes, Josh Rock. I nearly got his name wrong. I would have been sincerely sorry. Josh Rock had a 9-darter in his hometown of Belfast this past Thursday. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Pure pandemonium. Absolutely insane. Kolstin was getting hyped for it. Yep. He didn't say anything. But, since the last week, Van Gerwen lost to Price. These two verse each other in the quarterfinal. So unless Van Gerwen loses his match, I believe, with Humphreys, Van Gerwen will go up to second no matter what. But that's going to do it for me on the MC Report. I'm Aaden Stevens. Nice to be back. Kolstin, I hope you fill out your brackets for all these minor conferences. And we'll see you next week with some ACC, some Big 10, some Big 12, some SEC tournament madness. Bye-bye. You're not going to do an outro, Kolstin? Come on. It's getting cut.
So the Philip Rivers episode, got all that jazz. Go back to the records, blah blah blah. I still own him in everything ever. Yeah, I'm gonna go undefeated. He's gonna cry. He's gonna go winless. Even though we picked some of the same games, you're still gonna go winless.
So that means you're gonna go with it.
No, we didn't pick out all the same games. I'm better than him at everything. Yeah, that's all I got. That'll do it. Philip Rivers episode 17. Not the Colts Philip Rivers, the Chargers Philip Rivers. That's about it. See you.